Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us here on the Infinite Prosperity Podcast. My name is Louisa Havers and I help high achievers, entrepreneurs and coaches lift the lid on life and business so that they can live at their highest value. Each episode we will bring you our favourite founders, CEOs and guest experts to share with you their insights and strategies to expand your wealth consciousness, your spiritual leadership and aligned business strategies. We know that living in alignment with your soul's mission is what fulfills you, and we are here to show you how to achieve this in an energetically aligned way. If you haven't already, be sure to claim your free abundance activation in the Akashic Records. Go to louisahavers.com/gift to unlock your abundance activation today. And if you'd like my support in having aligned success in life and business, then contact me at www.louisahavers.com and let's explore together if it's an aligned match. Get ready to live at your highest value and to expand into your next level of money as you elevate and receive more. You create more for others. Righty ho, let's dive into today's episode.
Welcome everybody. I am so excited. I have a very special guest for you today. We have the fantastic Eda Hardy here. Welcome, Eda.
Hello everyone. Thank you for having me.
Well, let me share your bio because it's very impressive. Eda is a subconscious programming expert and the founder of the Inner Self Mastery Protocol. This scientifically supported method reprograms the subconscious. Oh, I love this, you're speaking my language, and effectively rewires the nervous system in just minutes. Eda specializes in helping female coaches, consultants, and service-based entrepreneurs to eliminate those pesky subconscious blocks, enabling them to launch, scale their businesses to six figures while avoiding frustration, burnout, and overwhelm. Oh my goodness, those things can hold people back so much. A huge, huge welcome, Eda.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I love what I do. It inspires me so much. And you can see I'm a very mission-driven person as well. So
Oh, well, a huge, huge welcome. And I would love to dive in. Let's dive in here because obviously you're helping people to break through those pesky blocks to grow to six figures and beyond. So from your perspective, what does prosperity mean to you?
thank you. So for me, prosperity is about alignment, abundance, and bit of freedom as well. You know, this is very important for entrepreneurs. But the thing is, freedom doesn't come from outside, and it starts within. So true freedom happens when we let go of all these blocks that are holding us back, all the fears, all the traumas that hold us back, and connect with our true self, with our mission, with our vision, So prosperity is more than just a financial success to me. It's about feeling deeply fulfilled, having the freedom to spend time on what truly matters to us, and also making a very meaningful impact in the world. So when our internal programming is aligned with our goals, conscious goals, let's call it, and our calling, prosperity just flows so easily. So in my work, what I do is I help entrepreneurs and service-based entrepreneurs claim this internal freedom by clearing the subconscious blocks and get them to step into their powers. Because when people are free in the inside, they can follow their true path, create abundance, prosperity, and make a lasting impact. So that's the kind of prosperity that changes lives and the world.
It does. You're absolutely right. We want to have that ripple effect. And
Yes.
I truly believe that every single human being on this planet deserves to be prosperous. And we all want that, whatever that prosperity means to us. So I would love to know how you got to do what you're doing now, because there's always a journey, there's always a story within it. And I would love to find out, what's your journey to this point in time?
I mean, I didn't have a very easy childhood growing up, unfortunately. I was abandoned at a very young age, left quite lots of scars and left this speech impediment. So I was quite laughed at and, I couldn't express myself. But along the way, I created this really good career for myself as a qualified accountant and computer programmer. So,
Wow.
I was traveling the world in styles. From outside, I was living the dream. I had everything I wanted. But on the inside, I was extremely unhappy. I was very stressed. Perfectionism was like getting on top of me, how it is. Low self-esteem, all these control issues, and unresolved, all these childhood traumas eventually caught up with me. And I become bedridden for over 2 weeks, unable to function, unable to sleep, even take care of my children as a single mom. So I was so desperate for a change. It was kind of like a turning point for me. I was either going to end everything and I was going to do something about it. So I made a promise and I said, I'm going to find a way to help people, heal people, so nobody will go through the same pain and struggle that I went through. So nobody becomes so depressed, suicidal, that they're thinking about ending everything. So I followed through on my promise. I resigned from my job same day. I was doing 3 people's workload at the time, and I started looking for answers, as you can imagine. So I started doing quite lots of conscious mind work, doing like coaching, the therapies, affirmations, the self-help, workshops and everything. And nothing was working until I found subconscious programming. And I was like, oh my God, this is where the answers are. Because most people are not aware of it. We always look for kind of getting rid of the symptoms, don't we? But nothing was working. So when I find it, of course, I deep dive into it. I've got a very curious mind and learn from the best people. And I created my inner self-mastery protocol. It's an 8-step framework. Rewire the subconscious nervous system within minutes. No longer we need to spend years in therapy or not get most out of the coaching session because our handbrake is on. It's like that. Subconscious is so powerful. If you got the handbrake on, no matter what you do, it doesn't let you go forward.
So true. It's so powerful. I always say to my clients that our subconscious has 100% success rate in delivering the programming it has, which is awesome, of course.
Yes.
It holds the key to unlocking the new reality. But if we've got the handbrake on, then it's just going to carry on
And you're not going
delivering
anywhere.
the
You're
same
just gonna get
stuff.
what you get. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And no amount of conscious work gonna be able to override any of that.
absolutely. So from your perspective, I'd love to unpack this with you, because I do energetic work, subconscious work as well. And so I'm sure that we both see some patterns that people have. What would you, from what you see, what are some common subconscious blocks that hold people back, and how do they show up in both life and in business? Because it's going to have that ripple effect.
Yes, great question. And most people are not even aware of it because they like invisible walls, the subconscious blocks, and they are blind spots. They are very hard to see. And they hold people back. I know the people got this calling, they want to step into it, but something is holding them back. So how do they show up? Procrastination, one of the biggest thing for entrepreneurs, isn't it? Procrastination. So where did they come from? Beliefs like I'm not good enough, or like fear of failure, fear of visibility. I want people to understand procrastination isn't laziness. It's just a self-protection. Like you mentioned, subconscious just trying to keep us safe. It's doing its job because that's what we told one point in time, that we are not good enough. And it's just doing its job. It's just trying to protect us. Another one, imposter syndrome. We see that very often. I'm not qualified enough. I don't know enough. I don't deserve it. So we downplay it. We hesitate to take opportunities, actions, keep our prices low because we don't believe that we are good enough. Yeah. So in a circle of like undercharging, overworking, and what happens? Overwhelm and burnout. And we don't want that. It's just the subconscious holding you back. Another one, fear of visibility. I see so many. Yeah, fear of visibility, fear of failure, fear of Success. Lots of people are afraid of success because they think they're gonna lose loved ones and they're gonna lose their family. Money blocks. People think that if they think they're not worthy of money or money is bad somehow, they just undercharge it and they just push money away. I see that with my clients. As soon as we release the block, money just flows. It's unlimited. We're in
Amazing.
abundance, isn't it? But it
Mm.
is us, it's our energy, all these blocks making us stop that flow of energy coming into our lives. But
Yes,
luckily,
it's
yeah,
huge, huge. And
yeah,
that aspect of all of that's going to have an impact. So one of the big ones I see as well is this belief that they have to work hard for something to be
yes,
worth.
yeah,
And alongside that, this fear of burnout. And of course, actually, if you've got the fear of burning out, you're going to not want to kind of do, too much action, but then you've also got the belief that you've got to work really hard. You've got so much going on in your subconscious, creating more blocks because then they can start to multiply.
yeah. And
You
control is
mentioned
another one, control, yeah.
control. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Not wanting it to grow so quickly so you feel out of control. You mentioned that you're the creator of the Inner Self Mastery Protocol, which I absolutely love. Tell us a little bit about how that's different from traditional coaching or therapy methods.
Sure. It goes to the root cause. It tells us within minutes what the problem is. Yeah, but traditional methods doesn't usually go to the root cause. They usually manage the symptoms because they address the conscious mind. Conscious mind is only drives 5% of our actions, our decisions. Subconscious 95%. So we're on autopilot, and most people not even aware of it. So with the inner self master, I get people to come out of almost like the autopilot and put exactly what they want. So instead of they spending years in session, we just kind of rewire the nervous system, the beliefs and the traumas, the block in minutes in the same session. And it's not hypnotherapy. What I did is I brought together about 14 different subconscious healing modalities together to create this 8-step framework. It's a foolproof. My student loves it. You can never fail. We address every layer of every single thing in a session. So it's extremely powerful. We have things like EFT, NLP, inner child healing, timeline therapy, forgiveness, shadow work, everything. So it's just eliminates need for practitioners to also spend years of learning this multiple methods separately. I think I looked at it one time. If they wanted to learn all of those, it would cost them over £22,000. And still they have to put everything together to make sense, like the way I did. I spent 14 years putting everything together to create it. So this is another thing. It's very comprehensive, very precise, and it goes and it gives them a freedom from the freedom from the belief, the fear, and the trauma. It's not about temporary relief. This is like lasting results, taking our power back, and kind of aligning again our calling with our subconscious programming. And other things is like, because I believe my system so much, I give money back guarantee to my work, my one-on-one work. It comes with money back guarantee. There's nobody out there can do that. And people come to me with the worst case scenarios. They've been in trauma 30, 40 years. Nobody is able to help them. 1 or 2 sessions, they're completely free. They take their power back, come to 100% power. I assess them from beginning to end. And even the Wheel of Life assessment, you're probably familiar with that. Have you ever seen anybody turning that 10 out of 10 in weeks?
Well, do you know, I think this work is so powerful. I really do. And
Yeah.
kudos to you, because I think we need more and more people bringing work together to be able to do this. I teach and train and certify people in my modality as well. So this is music to my ears that you're
Yes.
doing, you're also doing this as well, because It truly is. And I've seen it for myself, like you're saying, in a couple of sessions, people can completely turn around.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I can validate that in with my work as well. Because, and you mentioned something here that I really want our listeners to sort of tune into, is around taking our power back. Because so often when people are working with practitioners, and it's that subconscious again, we're giving our power away, thinking the other person is, you know, in the whether it's that sort of traditional white coat or whatever it might be, somehow we've handed away our power, and that's going to have a huge impact on our own healing. So to be able to have people to get their own power back within such a short period of time is fantastic. And we really need more and more people being trained in this manner so that they can have these kind of results for their clients. I just think this is absolutely fantastic.
And for themselves as well, because I get
Yes,
for
absolutely.
themselves. Yeah, that's the important thing.
Well, completely, because you know the practitioner is going to be looking at everything through their own filter, and if they're not doing their own inner work, then that's going to create interference with how well that they're able to support and hold their client, and keeping their clients, you know, owning their own power. You mentioned something around, and again, just to highlight this aspect of this work, because you know we want to be able to make the impact, and for ourselves and clients to have lasting transformation, not just like, oh, I feel good in this moment, I've just seen Ada feel marvelous, and then ooh, what's happened?
Yeah.
From your perspective, because we've talked about the, you know, the deep programming and the blind spots, just love to hear this in your words around, you know, what makes addressing the subconscious so important, because holds the key for creating lasting transformation.
Exactly. So, I mean, I tell you why subconscious is a driving force. Most people don't understand that, and they think that with the rational mind, the willpower, and logic, they're going to be able to change and everything. But once you kind of get into the subconscious mind field, you understand that's never the case. Like I said, subconscious, drives 95% of our behaviors, the emotions, and the decisions. Like I said, we're on autopilot, isn't it? Isn't that, I mean, shocking? It's just like mind-blowing to me. So it's like the operating system running in the background of our lives. So all these beliefs that we created, nobody else, we created, all the fears, the traumas, stored in the subconscious, if they haven't been addressed, they're just gonna run at the background, give you exactly what you keep getting, isn't it? And you
They
can
really do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can try to get new habits, new mindset shifts, or anything, but it's not going to last. Because the subconscious doesn't see your growth as safe, for instance, it's going to overwrite it. But with the certification program, I teach practitioners how to kind of access, understand, and reprogram the subconscious mind so they can set themselves free, also set other people free, and take our power back from our fears. You know how it is. Sometimes people got these big fears and they're like, oh my God, they will do anything to stop that fear happening, isn't it? But when you say to them, when you ask them, what's the worst thing can happen to you? And they're like, oh, I don't know, nothing. Nothing. But why are you being so worried about it? Why are you losing sleep over it? Why are you keeping yourself so small? Because of that fear. Again, subconscious programming.
It's incredible, isn't it? One of the things that often I find with my clients as well, they may be avoiding doing something because they don't want to feel loss, disappointment, the failure.
Exactly.
And actually, by avoiding it, they're already feeling that loss, disappointment, and failure because they're not taking action on it. And it's like one of those moments where people go, oh my word,
Yes.
I can't believe it. It's like I've created the scenario to avoid the scenario. Then what the hell am I doing? And it's just the miracle of the subconscious. And I think that everybody probably resonates with that piece of how you can see the subconscious in something where you're doing a day-to-day thing like driving. And it's happened so many times where I used to, live in a town in the UK, and there'd be, how we have these patterns. So like on Monday, I'd go and pick up my eldest son Alf from, his work. Tuesday, I would go and pick up Mo from, my youngest son from the gym. And the amount of times I would be like, get in the car, tell myself I'm going to go and pick up Mo from the gym. And then I would find myself at Alf's work, and I'd be like, how have I got here? And it's the subconscious override. Subconscious thought, oh, I know, it's all right, Louise, I know where we're going. We're going to Alf's work. But I didn't think we were going there. I thought we were going to the gym. And it's such a simple example, but I'm sure everyone can probably resonate with that. But that, I just use that example to highlight what you're saying, in the sense of it's so powerful. You can think you're going in the right direction. Subconscious, if it's running its programs, you're not. You'll maybe taking the long route to get there, because you're constantly having to kind of try and bring yourself back to being able to have a more direct path. So congratulations on your certification program. I know it takes a lot of work to create that. What would you say are the top 3 benefits for people that are going through a certification program, or your certification program? Because I think that we want to have, in terms of us all being really committed to raising the standards for coaches in the industry, that this is really excellent to be able for people to know what they can expect.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, there are so many different benefits. I mean, it's trauma informed as well. So they will, once they complete the certification program, they will gonna be able to deliver much faster result transformation for their clients, increasing, client satisfactions and referrals. My clients often mention that working with me has been the best decision and investment of their lives. So I want that for my students as well. I want to change the world. Secondly, they will gain confidence in their ability to handle even any complex emotional issues, traumas, anything. Nothing's going to face them, nothing. Because, sometimes we know it can be challenging. And third one, they're going to stand out as expert, enabling them to attract higher paying clients and scale their business effectively. And they're also going to be able to give their clients a gift, because I showed them how to turn their traumas into a gift. And people see it, experience it themselves, because there's a gift behind every trauma. We don't realize it. Unless we get rid of all the layers and kind of bring in the forgiveness, the inner child healing, all the shadow work and everything, people cannot see the gift. And I teach them how to get that gift. It's priceless.
That's the piece where true healing has ultimately happened, for people to have been able to go through that pathway, that journey, and recognizing that if we're listening going, there's no gift, then there's likely more that's asking to be healed. To be able to get to that point, to say, do you know what, I feel complete with this journey, and I can now see whatever thing, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And you think about, it is completely priceless. It's completely priceless, and I'm sure we have, a lot of coaches and spiritual leaders, in our audience, and people will be nodding along, going, yes, I completely get this, as they recognize that, with themselves, and whether people are, starting out in their journey, or grow, multi 6 figures to 7 figures. We always are creating a new version of ourselves to ultimately become embodied in that version of ourselves, so that we can then we can hold it and continue to create that reality. And so those pieces, like you spoke of, procrastination and self-doubt, can bubble up at any stage along the way. From for your perspective, what you've been saying around your focus on subconscious reprogramming, how can, if there's somebody listening who's struggling with procrastination in this moment and self-doubt, how can subconscious programming help them from your perspective?
Sure. I think it's important to understand where it's stemming from, where it's coming from. So usually procrastination and self-doubt often stems from deep-rooted fears, again in the subconscious, such as like fear of failure, judgment, or not feeling good enough. So these fears keep individuals stuck in avoidance or hesitation. Even they consciously want to move forward, because subconscious is not seeing moving forward as safe, of course, is holding them back. So subconscious reprogramming that targets these patterns, replacing all the limiting beliefs with the empowering ones. Because at one point in time, we make a decision about life and ourselves. So we find that point in time to address the reprogramming. Because if you remember, my background is computer programming. I understand how the programming works. Even that I mean, all these years, sometimes, I don't know many of the languages, I can still manipulate and change the coding in any of the languages. I've got that kind of brain. So I can see actually where they're coming from and go and point it actually and change it. Very small tweak. Like I said, 60 minutes. 60 minutes, we can do that easily. So nobody has to live with all the procrastination, the pain and trauma. So in my one-on-one session, I guide clients through this transformation, step-by-step process. And at the end of the session, they experience tangible shifts and feel much lighter. And they have exactly know what's being holding them back, and they know their gifts, what they learn from their experience. They overcome the procrastination. There's nothing holding them back. So if they want to ever explore, one-on-one work with me, they can always reach out to me, or even with the certification. If they want to do that for their clients, it is possible for them, because I managed to put everything down and created this certification program just like you did, to help others change the world as well.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So if we were to think about how we are moving beyond once people have that clarity, because I think clarity is something that people are really seeking to be able to move forward, and procrastination and self-doubt that you're talking about, really, it creates so much distraction.
Yes.
So being able to think about, with all the wealth of information that and the experience that you've had with your certification program and training practitioners and all the incredible things that you're doing to raise the consciousness of the planet, what would you say from your perspective are, let's say, top 3 tips that you would like to share to bring this all together, that other entrepreneurs can, that if they focus on these, this will help them in their business?
Sure. So the first one will be for them to really understand that subconscious drives 95% of your actions. Okay? So most of our decisions and behaviors are controlled by the subconscious, not logic or willpower. So if you're trying to push through with surface level stuff, when your handbrake is on, it's never going to work. You need to go and address it at the subconscious level. It is very important. If you don't do it, it's going to cause dysregulation, isn't it? It's going to cause quite lots of health issues, the way they did to me. Actually ended up with an autoimmune condition because of the constant fight, flight and freeze that I was in, that I wasn't even aware of it. So if something is holding you back, please go and address the subconscious level. Second one, this is so important. Heal unprocessed traumas to unlock growth. Don't ignore them. Don't think that you're going to be able to leave them in your cupboard. No one's going to notice. They do. Everything is energy. So what happens is the unresolved emotional wounds keep the nervous system stuck in the fight, flight or freeze response and silently sabotaging our success. So these hidden blocks prevent clients, and the revenue generation and happening, isn't it? These are the invisible barriers. So when entrepreneurs or people heal these wounds, they step out of the survival mode into the growth, allowing their business to thrive. And also they claim their health back, their power back. So we need to work on those traumas. We cannot ignore them. And the third one, address the root cause for sustainable success. I know so many people trying to do that with putting a band-aid on it, but it doesn't work. True transformation comes from addressing the root cause of the actual issue, not managing the symptoms. Of course, they can go and do, affirmations all day long, or breath work, or whatever, even coaching. If something is holding you back, coaching wouldn't work. Even you've got the best coach in the world, it wouldn't work, because growth is not safe for your subconscious. It will override it. So I want them to really understand this. Yeah. So don't waste time with surface level stuff if you got something underneath that holding you back. Once you make the growth safe, oh my God, affirmations are amazing. Breath work is amazing. Coaching is amazing. It will take you to so much higher. But if you got something stopping you, no, it's never going to happen.
Wise words, wise words. Thank you so much, Eda. How can people come and find you, step into your world? I know you have a very generous free gift. So tell us all the things. How can they find you, and what's your free gift?
They can find me at masteryourfuture.co.uk, and I also share various tips, insights, and resources in my Facebook group, Inner Self Mastery for Entrepreneurs. They can join my Facebook group. They can follow me on Instagram. It's Eda Hardy, Master Your Future again. And they can learn about my subconscious programming or my Inner Self Mastery protocol. They can reach out to me. I love to connect with them. They can experience on a one-on-one with me. And my 12 weeks comes with money back guarantee. Or they can go for my certification program. I run various trainings, complimentary trainings and demo sessions. They can just come and join. Any kind of blocks they have, it works every time. I get outstanding results. And my free gift is about using the affirmations in a completely different way, positive affirmations for entrepreneurs. So I kind of explain also on my free gift why it doesn't work, and what they need to do to get them to work, because I used to do that quite lots. I love Louise Hay. I used to look in the mirror and keep saying to myself, I'm this, I'm that, I'm beautiful, I'm this, and little voice inside of me was going, who are you kidding? But now I know how to get them to work, you see? So that's my gift to them.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing all your wisdom and expertise. And I really encourage everybody to come and find you on social media and to download that free gift. It sounds fantastic. And for everyone to let us know what resonated for you in this conversation, come and find us on social media, and to please share this episode with anyone that you feel that it would serve. Thank you so much, Eda, for coming and joining and having this conversation, because this is really, really powerful work that you're doing. So thank you so much.
And same for you. You're doing amazing work as well. Thank you. Thank you for making a difference.
Likewise. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for listening. We will see you in our next episode. Lots of love.
Thanks for listening to the Infinite Prosperity Podcast. And if you like what you've heard and want to know more, please go to louisahavers.com. We just appreciate you so much. So thank you for listening and hanging out with us. If there's anything that we can do for you, you can email us at louisa@louisahavers.com. Let my team know if you have any ideas for shows that you'd love to hear or topics you want me to talk about. Really looking forward to hearing from you. All right, that is it for this week, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for today. Looking forward to connecting with you again. Until next time, namaste.